Oh, guess we're live. All right. Hi, my name is Steve, and today we're going to be working on my Telecaster that I built. This was one of those kits you order off Amazon. It was, I think, $89. It's a Leo James, but man, I absolutely loved it. The reason I got this one was it is the plug and play for all the electronics. Not that I don't know how to solder or anything. It's just I wanted the easiest thing I can order. I've built cigar boxes years and years ago, cigar box guitars, and it was a lot of fun. And when I started seeing these, I just had to try one. So this was my first one I put together. Uh, it none of these. I added a bunch of extra parts on it. Like I put brass saddles on it, new tuners, and string trees I put on it. And this is a tungsten nut that I have replaced. It came with a plastic one, I believe. Uh, but other than that, yeah. I just painted it real quick. I tried to do like a relic job on it, and it looks all right. I like it. Lately, though, I've been thinking about uh, switching it up and maybe painting it something like a cool design or something. These I absolutely love. I'm putting these on my PRS. These uh, quick release straps. Well, I say quick release, but then I can't get it off. Okay, there we go. It's easier when it's on. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take off all these strings, and I am going to tape this off, and I'm going to clean up these frets because I kind of well, I didn't slap it together, but I like put together the guitar first just to make sure that it would just to make sure it would play and see what all the things wrong with it and everything. And it's great, except for I got this one string that's down a little low. I was measuring it before I went live, and I actually want to raise that a little bit. But other than that, guitar's pretty much pretty good to go. I do want to switch out these pickups. They sound a little weak, but yeah, great. It was a great project to do, though. If you're thinking about doing this, I highly recommend it. It was a lot of fun, and it's pretty easy. I think I got actually got this together. If you wanted to put it together without painting it definitely takes the longest. You could get it together in an hour. Uh, but the thing is, though, it's not going to be all that great because the tuners were junk that came with it. I don't even know if I still have them, but they were absolute garbage. And but once I put the guitar on, it was playable. It was just the action was way too high, and that was due to the plastic nut that came with it. And I tried to start filing it down and doing it myself, but I just couldn't get it. And then I ended up learning about filing down too deep into the slots. And at that point, I was so ready to just play the bloody thing. So I ended up ooh, camera fell there. Oh, son of a bitch. Oh, that's gonna be a problem. All right. I'm actually using a guitar stand as a a camera stand right now. So wow, I'm actually still live. All right. All right. So if anybody doesn't know yet or didn't read anything, I am a Afghanistan veteran. I was a scout sniper in a recon platoon, uh, 25th Infantry Division out of Hawaii. I don't know if anybody knows that, but I was with them for 3 years. I spent 8 years in the Army. I joined in October of 1999. So I joined pre 9/11. Is anybody even watching? One person, one like, nice. Let's see, any comments? I'm new to this live thing. This is actually my first live stream, so bear with me. I did have a channel before. I started a channel a while ago, and it was doing pretty good, but I don't know. I just didn't know what I really wanted to do with it. But so I just kind of like got rid of the channel. I erased it, and then I just kind of like missed making videos. I just really, I think it's fun making the videos and stuff. It's like a fun hobby. But all right, we got that off. All the strings off. All right. So next, I'm gonna tape this off. I'm just gonna clean these frets up today because I've been wanting to do this for a while. Take these off because I wanted to adjust that one string, and then I wanted to clean these frets up because I mean they got like paint on them. I think from when I painted this guitar. Like I probably have a grand total of, including the initial purchase. I probably have a grand total of $150 into this guitar, and to be honest with you, it plays probably like a $300 guitar. So if anybody's wondering about doing this, but that's kind of why I'm doing this stuff because I want to make it as good as I possibly can, and I figured I'd learn a lot in the process of doing it, which I already have learned a pretty good amount. We got 5 people watching. Wow, that's 5 more than I thought would be watching. Where's everybody from? Let me see if I can read any of the comments. Nice. Is that a real Telecaster? No, it is a Telecaster. I ordered this. This is a Leo James build that I probably built this about 4 months ago. I got it. I have a PRS. I play a PRS SE, and I absolutely love that guitar. But I always wanted a Telecaster. I wanted a the Nashville Tele. That's what I want. The Nashville Player Telecaster. That was the guitar I really wanted. And I think at the time they were like 800, around that, maybe, I'm gonna say, depending on where you went. And my PRS SE, I don't know if you look in any of my videos, you'll see it. That guitar was like, I think like 999. And I just liked it because I was having a hard time deciding between a Fender Telecaster or a Les Paul. I was like a Les Paul Standard or a Les Paul Junior. And when I saw the PRS, it had you could split the coils. And man, I just loved the way the guitar looked. It had like, it was all wood, but just like with the blue top. And it looked so cool. I love that color scheme. So I never even played it. I just ordered it online. I just dropped $1,000 on it, like, without even playing it, or really even, I read like a couple reviews on it, but that was about it. But every once in a while, I kind of wish I would have got the Telecaster. No real reason. It's just I'm real into country music and stuff, and I could make that PRS sound like a Telecaster, but I don't know, just something about it being an actual real Telecaster. But that's why I decided to build this. It was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun building. Still is. Let's see, we got two people watching. Let's see what's everybody saying. Any artist, living or dead, you want to see perform live? Oh man, that's okay. Stevie Ray Vaughan for sure. My brother actually saw one of Stevie Ray Vaughan's like last concerts before he died in Pittsburgh. Uh, I'm from I'm not from uh, I don't live in Pittsburgh now, but that's where I'm originally from, is like the Pittsburgh area. And he saw him play, and I always get mad because I didn't get to go. But they always tell, my uncle and my brother always say, "Well, you were like 7 years old, so I don't think you would have enjoyed it." But the thing is I would have loved to go at 7 years old. I think I was actually like into blues music when I was like seven. So I was listening to like Motown records and stuff when I had like a little school bus record player with all my mom's old 45 records. That's like all I listened to growing up. I didn't realize that there was like, I didn't even really know what pop music was, I don't think, until I got like ninth grade. I don't know. I thought that like old music from like the 50s and 60s was like the only type of music around, really. And then when I got to high school, I started hanging out with like punk rocker types and stuff, and they introduced me to rockabilly music, and I got introduced to Reverend Horton Heat. And man, it like blew my mind that there was like people. I knew of the Stray Cats, and I was actually like a Stray Cat fan. Like I actually got like the Stray Cat tattooed on my arm when I was real young. I don't even know how young I got my first tattoo when I was 15. But uh what the hell, what was I talking about there? But the Reverend Horton Heat, somebody introduced me in it, and then I got like real into rockabilly. Like I was already into rockabilly. Like I loved like Johnny Cash and Elvis and Carl Perkins and like all kinds of stuff like that. But like I said, like I just don't listen to like 50s music and stuff because I really didn't know anything else. And then but rockabilly like changed my life when I learned that there was like people actually doing music like, from the old days and stuff. But yeah, and blues. I was always into blues. My uncle was like a real big blues guy, and I just grew up always thinking like, wow, like that stuff is like super cool, and always was into like the real old blues stuff. But let me check the comments here in a second, see if anybody wrote anything. Nice Telecaster. No, nobody's writing anything. Oh well. Hey, thanks for everybody watching. Like this was this is a new video, like I said, or a new concept. I've been wanting to do this, and I've been trying to think of something to do live for like the longest time, and I don't know. Like I know songs and stuff, but I have a real hard time like doing videos with playing guitar and stuff. Like um, I always like when I'm sitting playing and I'm like in a zone and it's just me and I'm not worried about anything. I play a lot better, and then a lot of times I'll um I'll play something I really like the way it sounds, and then I'll say, "Oh, I'm going to record this for like a video." And by the time I set up the camera and get everything ready to go and everything, it's like too late. Like it's past. I'm totally out of it. Like I don't like even really remember when I wanted to play. And then I usually just record something and post it, and they don't even really get any views and stuff. But that's kind of like how this started. Well, actually, how my YouTube channel started doing it was I started reading a lot of books on famous musicians. Well, not reading, audiobook. I had a job where it was I was allowed to wear headphones, and I would listen to audiobooks all day. And I listened to Stevie Ray Vaughan's audio biography and Merle Haggard's. Oh man, that was Merle Haggard, read by Merle Haggard. Oh man, was that a good book? And all these musicians, like I found one thing that kept recurring was in order to get better, you had to play live. And I kind of live out in the country, and there's really I don't know any other musicians. There's really nowhere for me to play live, and I didn't really know what to do. So I figured, well, I'd start a YouTube channel, and that way I'd be able to start playing live and for a live audience, and it would be the closest thing I could get to a live audience. And I did, and it did. It actually helped me a lot because I started with my it was my other channel, but every day like I would have to come up with something new to do, and I got I definitely got a lot better, like having to come up with all these new ideas and trying to learn new songs and stuff. So it was it definitely helped. But then after a while, you start to realize like nobody wants to watch a freaking 40-year-old guitar player on TV, like sitting in his living room. But I understand that, but that's not really why I do it. I do it just to uh, get out there and try to play in front of people any way I can. See where we go. I find that the hardest thing when it comes to playing the guitar is staying creative because I've tried to repeat myself in my play. Yeah, you know what helped me a lot with that? I tried to learn a new style of music. I took all my steel strings off my acoustic guitar, and I put nylon strings, and I tried to learn classical guitar. And I don't know. I didn't learn like any really like classical songs, but I definitely learned like a lot of cool like finger picking stuff. And even if it wasn't like traditional or the right way to do it, just forcing yourself to learn like all this crazy stuff, like you just it definitely helps your acoustic playing. And I love playing acoustic playing. I play electric in a band, and I was playing, and the bassist and the drummer were like telling me about like all like stuff I was playing electric, like oh, I was pretty good and stuff. And I was trying to tell him, I was like, no, I'm a better acoustic player because all that time I spent trying to learn like that classical stuff, and man, it's a lot of fun. And uh, the creative thing, it's like what's the saying? If you keep doing the same things over and over again, you're going to get the same results. And that's something that I definitely. It's so easy to just sit down and just go over the same scales, play the same songs and just keep doing the same stuff. Uh, songs, it's learning songs, songs you don't even really listen to all the time. Like, let's say you're a metal person, try listening to some country, like listen to some like old country or something. Or if you're a jazz person, try listening to some like punk music or something. Like, find something you like and learn even if you think it's beneath you or something. Like, if you're a classical guitar, you don't want to play like punk, like any kind of music you could think of, like you're gonna get something out of it. Like, I don't care if you're listening to Carpathian Mountain Russian ethnic music from the 1800s. Like, you're gonna learn something cool out of it that you can apply to any other style of music. And if you look through like history, music that normally like breaks through like a glass ceiling and does really good, it's usually because they took a different style of music and made it and added in a different influence, and they were like the first one to do it, like Elvis or something like that. It was like because they were mixing and taking parts of other stuff. But oh, let's see, anybody wants two people still, man. I hope those two people subscribe. Just kidding. I don't. one day I'm gonna come up with a good idea for a YouTube channel, and this channel is gonna blow up. So you might wanna subscribe. Hopefully, I don't know. Actually, I part of me doesn't want the channel to blow up because I don't know. It's not really why I do it. I'm not like on here for like, I don't know, any kind of fame or something. Like I said, I just really like making videos and stuff, and like it's getting to show like an creative side. Two people. Man, I'm taking forever with this taping. I have one of those metal things that I just put over it, and it uh like shields it. I have them somewhere. I think I left. Oh, here they are. But they don't seem to work all that great. They're like too big. Yeah, they don't work yet. I don't want to get like gunk in between the whatchamacallit. So if anybody's still watching or put where they're from, I'm a subscriber. Oh, nice. Pretty much know we're playing. Nice. Let's see who is it to subscribe to. Oh, 5-way selector switch. No kidding. Oh man, that's awesome. Yeah, I watch all your man. Incredible, man. I watch your stuff all the time. It's a shame. I always feel bad because you're not getting all the subscribers and stuff. And trust me, I get it because it's I feel like I cheated because I do I just made the videos of like old blues legends and music stuff like that. I always like feel like I know it, like I know I make one of those videos and I'm gonna get like 30 subscribers, but it's just like that's not why I did it. I do it because I wanted to get the subscribers 100% only through my playing. But I joined when I joined this band, like part of like my selling point, like let me in the band or whatever was I had a YouTube channel and with subscribers. So eventually I'm gonna be putting a lot of my band stuff on there. But we just started, so we haven't been uh we're not sounding like all that great radar. Actually now we are, but I haven't been recording any of it. Partly because I think when we go to record, everybody's don't sound as good. But let's see. Oh, France! Wow, cool, man. That's cool. I've never been to France. Uh I've been all around there through like military stuff, but I never made it to France. My daughter wants to go to France real bad. Man, that's awesome. That's cool you're on here. I'd hey that I didn't see what happened with that thing. Like I sent you a link for the the collaboration thing, and I couldn't figure out how to send it. I couldn't figure out like where I was like, do I send it to your email or whatever? So I posted it on one. I think it was one of your videos, the link, and then like I never got nothing back. And then I went, which is normal because I've sent links out. I have another buddy that plays bass guitar because that was my thing. I was like, man, if we can figure out how to do like an online like band, that would be like so cool. But which was kind of like my dream when I started this thing, anyways. And I was like, man, I'd have like a bass player, a drummer, like a rhythm lead, like all this stuff, and we could put like an actual online band. And that was like my idea, and I sent it, and then I saw that you just kind of like played the thing and played over it as like a backing track. And I don't know, I didn't see it like that it linked up with any of like my video or something. Like I didn't get like any emails or any notifications or anything. So I just kind of figured out after a while. I was like, I guess it didn't work. Like I don't know. I'm like three monkeys, so you kind of have to like. I don't know what I'm doing half the time. But yeah, that was a thing. So if you ever figure out, I don't know if you're even still on here, but if you figure out how to do that link thing, let me know. And someone put there from Snap Off from New York. Cool, man. We're at New York. I've spent a lot of time around there. Bimington, New York City. I was in New York. I went to Ground Zero. It was like a couple months right after 9/11 happened. I was one of the, and I was in the military at the time. Uh, hey everybody, okay, so now I'm going to start putting this rubbing compound on the frets for when I'm going to run the Dremel over them and clean them up here. See, I'm from New York. Man, that's cool. Five-way selector is on here. Hey, anybody that's listening, and if you play guitar, I'm telling you, go on to Five-Way Selector's channel and watch his playing. He's pretty good. You in a band, five? Oh, that's right. I asked you that already. You're doing school band. Yeah, I'm telling you, man, keep it up. Uh you'll do some cool stuff. Uh, all right. Thank you for the shout out. No problem, man. No problem. Get a good Try to get a good amount of this stuff. This rubbing compound. This isn't like for this, but I'm not trying to like spend a whole bunch of money on this guitar. Like I said, I only got about $150 in here. And five way, I tell you what, five way, I've been really contemplating getting a Fender. Uh, and it sucks too because I love the Stratocaster is just like such a perfect guitar. Like I have a knockoff Stratocaster, but it's a really good knockoff. It's made in England, but man, I love that thing. It's just everything about it is just perfect. Like they broke the mold when they designed the Stratocaster, but the thing with the Stratocaster though is just I don't know. I wanted something like different. I didn't want. I love the way Les Paul. No, I just think that the Les Paul looks like the way that the Les Paul looks is perfect. If you could get a Stratocaster sound out of a Les Paul, that would be uh, perfect. But which is actually kind of what I was trying to do with that, that PRS that I have. But I like the PRS SE. In my local guitar shop I went to, uh the guy that's works there, he's been working there for I think like 30 years or something. And as soon as he saw what I took him to get set up, he you could tell he was like, oh no, you made a good decision. So, and this guy, he ain't he's not one to tell you something that ain't true. I hope I'm doing this right because I'm pretty stupid to everybody. If they're like, what is this guy doing? Let's see how many people we got watching now. It's still two people. I've been streaming for half an hour already. Wow, time flies, huh? Uh, yeah, I try to help you. I do anything I can, man, for Five Way because I tell you what, I actually watch your videos because I'm like, oh man, like this guy's pretty good. It's like unbelievable, like other people ain't catching on. And like I said, and that don't ever think that has anything to do with your playing or anything. It's just how YouTube is, man. Like you gotta remember, like not everybody out there like understands like about guitar. Like the average person that's listening, like that's gonna turn on like your videos, unless they're like a hardcore blues guy or a hardcore blues person, like they're not gonna understand what you're doing. All they're hearing is just random notes. And I figured that out one time with my girlfriend because like I was always like playing all these like nothing but solos, and then uh my girlfriend one time was like, "Oh, do you know any songs?" And I was like, it hit me. I was like, "Oh, like people that don't play guitar, they don't understand," and that's why it's just like. And then another thing too, like if you're posting videos for um guitar players, a lot of them are like snobbish, and they're like gonna look at like, oh well, I could do that and this and that, and then like you'll get trolls and stuff. So it's hard. It's a real hard thing to do. But like if you stick with it, you keep posting guitar videos, and then they catch on, you start doing and stuff, then and the audience that you build is going to be way more loyal. Like I said, I feel like I cheated with doing the other things. All right, we're polishing up these frets now. I actually wanted to try to smooth out some of these ends here, but probably should have done that first. By no means am I any kind of professional with this or anything. This is like, I don't know, maybe the second time in my life I've ever polished any frets. And I'm about to polish my frets on my PRS for the first time, so uh, I figured this would be a good way to practice. Dude, so that's kind of what this guitar is to me too. It's like a way to practice working on guitars so that when I go in my PRS, I don't screw it up. Oh, and I wanted to tell. I don't know if Five Ways still this is cool. Oh, I don't know if five-way selector switch is still on here, but something I want to tell them. Oh yeah, I've been practicing, trying to learn to sing, and I actually learned some cool stuff. I asked you about. Said you sounded a lot like Eric Clapton, and I've been learning a lot about like tone and accents and stuff when singing. Like it's totally normal to have an accent when singing. Like a lot of people think that it's like you're being fake or something, and it's not. It's how it's just how it's like changing your tone on a guitar. That was really cool. I never realized that till I started taking some lessons on singing. I'm making a mess in my daughter's room here. She's gonna be pissed. I have like a whole work area downstairs, but I was like, man, it'd be easier to do this in here. So I just like trashed the room. Funny. Nah, it should be alright. Alright, let me go back the other way. That noise is it hitting the tape. See, we got anybody new in here? Anybody from anywhere else? Hello. That's Peter. I can't see. I'm like breaking my neck trying to read this. This is so cool. Keep working. Thank you guys. Where's everybody from? I've been to a lot of places, so if you tell me where you're from, chances are I might know where you're from. Everybody. Whoa. All right, let's see. Nope. Okay. Let me wipe off some of these. I'm gonna try to smooth out some of these frets. This is my first time trying to do this, and to be honest, I don't even know if I got the right tools. So, this is gonna be a learning experience for all of us. But if it don't work, I'm not all that worried about it because I might just order a new neck or something. Because I actually thought that would be kind of cool, anyways. Because I wanted to get like they had the ones that look like real faded and they look like they got the finger marks and stuff like that. Which I think would look really cool with this guitar. Hey, if you guys think this guitar looks cool, tell me in the comments, or if you think there's something I should do with it, or I'm definitely going to reshape this. That was something I was going to do too. I wanted to uh, make a line. I was going to cut it, take about that off right there, make it more like a thing, and then this neck's going to get all sanded down, everything. So I was planning on working on it all week. If you guys want to make sure you subscribe so you can all week. I'll try to get here whatever time I can and work on it. But you'll see me hit the notification bell for the. It sounds weird saying that. Oh, one thing I tell you what, this is cool. So this is a scout. This is a Scout Sniper Steve trick right here. So this is a sock with rice in it. Okay, now what you use this for is I used to use these in the army as a sniper. For what you do is you set your rifle right in there and you grab this, and then when you're on the range, you'll have the stock of the rifle will be in your thing, and you hold this there. It's called a sand sock. And if you want to lower the scope, like you want to shoot lower, instead of moving it like that, because it's hard to adjust, you squeeze the sock or raise the stock up a little bit, and that's how you make minor adjustments to a sock when you're a sniper. You doing like long range shooting. But I saw one of those things for a guitar neck, and I thought it was cool, so I just did that, and I use it for that. But all you do is just pour a bunch of rice in a sock and tie it, and it works perfectly. So that's my tip of the day. I'm gonna have to clip that for the YouTube short. But okay, what did I do? Okay, I wanted to see if I could find a real bad one. Let's see what it is I could do like that. Man. See, now they actually feel pretty good, but I think it's because of the tape for some reason. I know when I was playing it, yesterday, and man, it was so bad. But it's freaking cold out here, and uh, the weather has a lot to do with. So I got an idea. Ooh, I think I did a pretty good job with that one. Let me try to just take off some of these ends on these bottom ones here. I'm like pushing so light. It's I know that you're supposed to kind of round it as you're doing because you don't want to have any um, edges. Like because if you went flat, there'd be an edge on here and here, and if you went on this way, there'd be an edge here. But um, I'm it feels like there's just like a tiniest little bit on the very top. So I'm just kind of like letting the weight of the file just kind of rest on it as I'm pulling it back. And I'm going to see if that helps. I'll do things a little bit of it at a time. Like I said, this is my practice. I'm practicing on this so that I can eventually work on my own very more expensive guitars. Any comment? Thank you for your service. No problem. No problem. Yeah, no, I was I always wanted to be in the military. I always feel weird when people say thank you for your service just because uh it was an absolute privilege. Like it was something like I wanted to do my whole life. I didn't do it for uh, um, well, I mean, I wanted to serve. I didn't even know you got paid when I first joined. I joined when I was 17, like 1999. I just always wanted to be in the army. If you would have asked me when I was 7 years old, what do you want to be when you grow up? My answer would have been professional golfer or a sniper in the uh, military. And I figured that being a sniper was probably easier than being a professional golfer, um, just because this was pre-internet. Well, I don't know if it's pre-internet, but it was definitely. I didn't know where to go to sign up for professional golfer school, so I went to I played high school, but I never got like offered anything or anything. So uh, army just seemed a lot easier, and so I signed up right when I was 17 years old, and away I went. And I actually didn't have a high school diploma because I dropped out, and I had to join the reserves, and I was a radio. Uh, I worked on radios. I was a 31 uniform radio guy, and I did that for I think 1999, 2000, and then 9/11 happened. And when 9/11 happened, uh, I got orders to go work at an airport, and I believe it was Turkey. And I I don't know. I felt like it was it was my chance to do all the stuff that I wanted to do. I wanted to be a airborne, ranger, all the whole stuff, and so I had to re-enlist, and I went back through basic training. I went back to Fort Benning, Georgia, and I had to go all back through infantry training and do everything all over again. And then I got stationed in Hawaii. And once I got to Hawaii, um, I was like in their like little reception thing, and this guy came in. He was like in his class A's. I don't know why he was in his class A's, but and Sergeant Parkinson, and he asked me. He was like, "Oh, so you know about radios, and then you switched to infantry, which is a pretty unheard of thing because if you got a pretty cushy job, you don't really want to go do infantry stuff, So, but I did, and and I was always good with physical fitness and stuff. So I ended up going to a recon platoon. And when I got there, they found out that I was absolutely horrible with radios, and but they found out I could shoot. I was good with the rifle, and because we was always going out to the range and stuff, and I was like the commo guy with the radios. But I uh, which they were always screaming at me, yelling at me because I was horrible at my job. But one day they was just like, "Hey, you want to try to shoot?" They were shooting night vision scopes. Um, it was I forget what it is, the PS 10, and I don't know. It was a night vision scope for a 308 rifle, Remington 700, the M24, and uh, they were shooting at they're called Iron Maidens. They're just silhouettes of people, and they're metal, and when you hit them, they ting. And if you're looking through night vision goggles, you'll see sparks. And everybody was having a hard time hitting. 800 meters a night is a long thing and is a long way through those scopes, anyways. And they uh, I got down in the prone position, and I mean I've been shooting my whole life. My dad was an armored car driver, and I grew up on a range. I think I got my first handgun when I was like 10 years old, and I just got down, and boom, and you heard like ting, like 3 4 seconds later you hear like ting, and I could see the sparks through the thing, everybody was like blown away that I was able to hit the target at night so easily, and it was right at the right time because I think they were going to get rid of me because they realized I was such a horrible RTO, and it just so happened right at that time they were getting the Barrett 50 cals in the Barrett 50 cal sniper rifle. And at this time, it was called the XM107 because it was an experimental rifle. If you see it now, it's just the M107, but it had an X in front of it for me because it was experimental. And I think I still remember the serial number of that, but I'm not sure. But and nobody wanted it. Nobody wanted to carry it because the thing weighs. And you could fact check me on this. I don't know, but I think it's like around 40 pounds. It's like something like 38 pounds empty, and then like 41 pounds or something with a full mag. But yeah, I was the smallest guy in the platoon at the time. I was about 145 pounds, and plus you got to carry like an 80-pound rock, the ammo for it. I mean, it's like insanely heavy. And I think they basically gave it to me because nobody else wanted it, and they figured, well, it, he ain't gonna be able to carry it. So as soon as he ain't able to carry it, we'll get rid of him. And I ended up carrying it for 3 years. I carried it all through Afghanistan. I carried it a year before I went to Afghanistan. I carried it a year in Afghanistan, and I was like an instructor helper. Like they definitely wasn't having me doing any kind of like teaching or anything, but they I was like a helper. I'd go to the range every day and just kind of help, but it was still like I guess considered my rifle, but I was kind of like passing it on to the next person, just kind of like helping them uh, with it and stuff, get used to it and shoot it and everything else like that. But yeah, that's my army sniper story. Let's see, uh, I thank you for your service. What happened? It broke or something? It looks. Oh, the guitar. Did this break? No, I just I'm still putting it together, and well, I mean, I put it together, and now I'm like kind of getting ready to take it apart and do like all kinds of like fine tuning and stuff, and it's like a working process. This guitar, I'm just uh, it's like a hobby of mine, but I'm gonna shape this headstock more. I'm trying to get into like staining and stuff because I want to do like a real nice stain, this and that. I love this, just the beat up black. I was actually thinking about maybe even taking it down to more of like a darker like kind of wood, leaving some of the paint in and scraping it up, and then I was going to actually start like engraving stuff to where like I wanted it to look like an old like bus seat or like an old wooden seat that somebody like did all kinds of graffiti carving into it and stuff. I thought that would look cool. Um, maybe like a what's maybe something like a country western type deal for this. I really don't know what I'm doing with this guitar. I thought about keeping it as like maybe a slide guitar, keeping it maybe as like something I just tune, keep it tune a half step down in E flat tuning and just keeping it as guitar for that. I don't know. I don't know. I just wanted to build it. I just wanted a Telecaster, and I don't have Telecaster money, so I figured I'd build one. I take it. I used to have a Telecaster. I bought a when I came back from Afghanistan. I was stationed in Hawaii. I bought a Fender tube amp. I don't remember what it was. It was expensive, and then I bought a Mexican-made Fender Telecaster, and it was like butterscotch, and it was a oh man, I can remember whoever Elvis's guitarist was. It was his signature Telecaster, and it was super freaking cool, and uh, it was super freaking cool, and but when I got out of the army, I became an alcoholic for like 10 years, and then I think I ended up selling. I paid probably for that guitar and amp combo. I probably paid close to $1,000. I probably paid. I think I paid like $1,750 for the guitar and amp combo, and this is back in 2005, 2006, and I probably ended up selling it for like $100 to get drunk off of. So that's I always think about that. I wish I had that guitar back. But I didn't used to like play a lot back then. I was always like kind of like fascinated with guitar, but I just like never played it. I it was just more or less like something I fiddled around with. I like to just be able to pick a guitar up and play a few tunes here and there, but I never like took it serious. I started taking it serious about 8 years ago. Uh, I was I got sober, and after I got sober, and one day I was just kind of I was by a guitar shop, and I saw a guitar, and I was like, man, that'd be great to be able to just play guitar every day. And that was the guitar I actually like. I got it, and I kept doing the same stuff over it. I was playing the same freaking songs. It was House of the Rising Sun and Miserlou. Those were like the two songs, and I knew like a 12 bar blues in A. And those are like the only two songs I knew, and I just played them over and over and over again. And for since I was like 12 years old till I was like 35. And and when I started trying to learn classical stuff, I tried to learn the Ecstasy of Gold. It's the Good, the Bad, and the Ugly theme song. Like if you ever watch that movie, and it's also on the Modelo beer commercials. And I started learning that, and then I started trying to learn like all kinds of like Beethoven songs and stuff like that. And I had a lot of fun with it, and but I kind of quickly realized like, man, I can't play this stuff. Like it's super difficult, but it's still it got me back in the playing and like taking it more serious and learning more about like uh proper ways to like do things and everything. And I really and then I got back into blues, and and my playing is still horrible, but uh, I definitely improved a lot when I got in the last like 2 3 years. But I have a problem playing for like on camera and stuff like that. And a lot of it I know is just um, confidence. Because when I'm playing by myself, like in the living room, like I'll play like whole songs and sing them and have fun and everything. But the second like I go and it's somebody like I'm recording it or something, I start getting worried about uh, what it's gonna sound like and everything like that. But well, I think I'm still at two. Thank you for your service. Looks very cool. All right. Well, I think it's been about an hour. I think we're gonna tune out here. But well, thanks everybody for watching this. That was great. Like I said, maybe tomorrow I'll do another hour. I was gonna do some drawing up here for this, and if you guys have any suggestions on anything to do with this guitar, please let me know. Like I said, colors or uh, parts that I could put on. One thing I wanted to do was I wanted to put on a B bender. They have a B and G bender. If anybody's ever heard of that, please let me know. But and you can actually make one too out of an old spoon. You drill a hole through the spoon and bend it like over the B string, and it connects. It connects like right where the string goes through here. Uh, where's the B string go? Right here. So it just there's a hole in it, and it comes up, and then like the handle of the spoon sits here, and then so like when you're playing, you play it, and then when you want to bend the string, you just like press it, and then it has like a set distance it could go down, and then it bends the string, and it sounds like that country twang, like. But they're super cool. They're like 35 bucks on Amazon for the cheap ones. They're like 250 bucks for the real expensive ones, and they're free 99 if you just want to make one yourself. So I'm thinking about making one myself. So let me know in the comments how you guys feel about that. But hey, thanks everybody for watching. It's been fun. I really appreciate for everybody being here in my first live. It was cool. I promise they'll get better and better. I'll watch this myself and see what I can take out of it. But all right, thanks everybody. Have a good one.